Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The previous installments in this The Quest series are on finding a good job, a relationship, peace of mind, place to live, and diet discipline. Well, here we turn to money, how to get it, how to grow it. As in the previous installments, this one begins with a first-person report from a Jeremy, which is a composite of my client's experiences. It embeds 6 keys, I think it's 7 actually, to finding and growing money. After Jeremy's report, I'll call out those 7. It's me again, Jeremy. Well, both Lily and I tend to be security conscious. I guess that was part of our attraction. We think we both took after our parents, but in any case, we like the idea of building a nest egg. So even if Lily and I were making good rather than just decent money, we're not going to spend on fancy housing, fancy cars, and so on. I'm grateful that we share that value. So many couples fight about money. Earn more. No, you need to spend less. The problem was that after just normal expenses, we had almost nothing left to save. And if we had an unexpected expense like a car repair, we had to put it on our credit card or ask my parents, which I don't like to do. We got on track by having $100 taken out of my paycheck each time to go into a 401k. That's an employer-sponsored savings plan. Well, with $100 less to spend each month, we had to find ways to cut our spending. For example, we hadn't realized how much we spent on eating out. We didn't stop going out to eat. We just cut back and instead more often invited friends over for snacks and a drink. The question was where to put that 401k money. The company gave 3 options: a 100% stock fund, a 50% stock, 50% bond fund, and a money market fund, which yields essentially nothing but is safe. We chose the middle option, even though historically the 100% stock option performed better. We'd rather accept a somewhat lower return in exchange for being able to sleep at night. We still felt our income was too tight, so each of us, when we had done something good at work, asked our bosses for a raise or a promotion. I got turned down with some BS mumbling, but when I then asked if the company would pay for a work-related course, my boss said yes, because the company gets a more skilled employee. That was a tax-free benefit to me, and the course I chose, on leadership, would be helpful not just in this job, but subsequent ones. While Lily didn't get an instant yes to a raise, her boss committed to her getting a raise next month after her performance review, and he kept his word. A 10% raise, that's an extra $7,000 a year before taxes, $3,500 after, but even that bought us some breathing room. To celebrate without going wild, we decided to take half of that $3,500 and put it into what we called a fun kitty. When we come across something that's fun and non-essential, we buy it with kitty money. So, for example, we spent $500 on a day-long bike tour of Westchester County's secrets. We had dinner at a Brazilian churrascaria for my birthday, and I spent $100 on a heart-shaped cherry blossom crystal necklace as Lily's Valentine's Day present. We're never going to be rich, but we're making it work. Okay, now let's turn to the embedded principles. Jeremy's story does embed a number of financial rules of thumb, practical and psychological, that are useful not only for young adults, but for anyone. First is compatible values. If you're a couple, it helps if both partners share similar values on earning, spending, and saving. Money is the second most common reason that couples fight. Another such principle, practice, rule of thumb, whatever you want to call it, is be just a little uncomfortable. Financial experts urge young adults to invest in stocks because over the long run, they perform less volatile investments such as bonds, CDs, and especially treasury bills. Of course, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but generally it's worth the effort to swallow at least a little of any irrational fear. Jeremy and Lily indeed did so by investing in a fund that held both stocks and bonds. Another principle is automate your savings. You avoid needing the discipline to regularly save by taking advantage of your employer's savings plan, such as a 401k or 403b. The amount you specify, up to $20,500 a year, that's a lot, is automatically deducted from your check pre-tax. That means you don't pay tax on that income until you retire. It's automatically invested in the investment you choose from the high to low risk options that most employers do offer. Then your returns untaxed keep getting reinvested. The S&P 500's annual average return since its inception in 1957 is 10.5%. Assuming a return of just 5%, less than half that, investing $100 a month starting at age 25 would be worth $204,467 when you're 70, and you're probably in a lower tax bracket then. If it earned the 10.5% historical average of the S&P 500, it would be worth $1,273,222. But what if your employer doesn't offer a 401k or 403b plan? You don't have an employer, but you've got a little money. Consider opening an IRA. Everyone can. As with a 401k, it's a way to pay no income taxes on that money until you retire. The annual contribution limit is lower, $6,000 a year, but that's still far from a pittance. Another principle that was embedded in Jeremy's story is request a raise at the right time. Ask for a raise right after you've done something good at work, especially if you got an attaboy or attagirl from the boss. Many employees make the mistake of waiting until their next performance review or when a new budget has been allocated. It's better to strike while the iron is hot. Next tip is a non-cash raise is more valuable than cash. You don't pay tax on such benefits as paid training. And unlike with cash, as I mentioned, the employer benefits. A more skilled employee. The employer gets a more skilled employee. And finally, use a fun kitty. By setting aside a fixed amount of money for extras, you get to enjoy your money, but with less risk of overspending. Many people feel uncomfortable thinking about money, but do try to consciously evaluate your risk tolerance and then see if you can automate your savings in an appropriate investment, and then, appropriate meaning matching your risk tolerance, and then enjoy your money with a fun kitty. You'll likely thus have more money and a happier life. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.